let's face it, it's super annoying. You get down to the anthill, you figure you don't have your freaking torch, so you got to run all the way to your base, you got to run all the way back, and it just takes a super long time. What up, family? Welcome to the Lowery Show, where I teach you to live, play, and grow your knowledge through tip, trick, and tutorial-based content. So if you want to stay ahead of the game, then definitely subscribe so you don't miss a thing. So guys, in today's video, I want to talk about why building underground used to work, but doesn't really work anymore. So with that being said, grab your controllers and let's head over. So when I was live streaming the other day, if you guys don't know, I live stream every Monday, Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and Wednesday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you could check that out, that'll definitely be amazing. Come hang out, it'll be a good time. But someone was asking me, because I was showing off my ant trap build that I did in my actual world, and I was showing that off, and people were asking me, can you build lights down in the tunnel? And I remember at a time you could. And you know, it was racking my brain, and I asked chat, I was like, yo chat, can we still actually build in the anthill? And they were like, nah fam, you can no longer do that. So then I was just like, oh man, that is terrible. That's like one of the things that I really enjoyed about building, because in my last, like one of my first worlds, I did build in the actual anthill. I put lanterns literally everywhere, so I didn't have to worry about bringing a torch or, you know, any type of light to go down there, because, you know, let's face it, it's super annoying. You get down to the anthill, you figure you don't have your freaking torch, so you got to run all the way to your base, you got to run all the way back, and it just takes a super long time. So I wanted to know what the community was talking about this situation, what they thought. One person says, I love to build underground. I'd light up the anthill so I wouldn't have to worry about torches. Now, I did that in my previous world, and let me tell you, it was amazing. It was glorious. I didn't have to ever worry about bringing a torch, just because I knew it was going to be lit up, and I could just see if there was ant eggs there, even though there literally never was. But I could see everything. I could know that something wasn't going to be sneaking up on me. I knew that, you know, whatever was going down there, I could see it. But since moving to a new base, I lost all of my features to build underground, and that is terrible, but it is what it is. Now I want to kind of transition into talking about the pros and the cons of building underground. We're going to start with the pros first. And what I really like about building underground is I think it looks very cool. Like just to build under like a dome, and you just see like rocks, and just it's amazing to build underground. Imagine building in the actual underground cave where the larvae spawn. Now, I know you can kind of probably block them off just so they can't see you, but just imagine having that just functionality of doing that. And I just thought that would be like really, really cool. I've actually seen some bases up on the Discord showcasing them building in that larva cave. So yeah, it was pretty cool. Another pretty cool pro with building underground, the ability not to have to use torches all the time. Because let's face it guys, we always forget lanterns or torches or whatever you want to call them. You forget them, and I know you do, because you don't end up having the inventory space, which I literally made a video on that yesterday. If you guys haven't checked that out, I'll leave the link up here, and you guys could well, is it up here? Nope, that way. Yeah, there we go. Over here, I'll leave the link over there, and you guys can check that video out. But yeah man, it literally allows for you to not have to use torches anymore, so that's amazing. The last and final thing that is an actual pro for me would be you can actually see what's lurking in the dark. So if you guys know, over there where like that plank is, where the wolf spider spawns underneath it, it's like a white plank. If you could be able to put torches up just right there where he sleeps at, you could tell if he's gonna be there or if he's not gonna be there. He won't just jump out and just, you know, scare you half to death like he did to me so many times. Like I just can't count. I just can't count the many times he jump scared me. But you know, comes with pros, there always does come some cons. And you know, one of the cons that I think that the devs really didn't want people building underground is because they're always changing things with new upgrades and new updates and things like that. We're probably going to see the backyard change a few more times. And, you know, they were saying that we were supposed to get, you know, an ant queen and things like that. So the anthill is probably going to change as well. And apparently we're supposed to be getting some more anthills all around the backyard. So guys, building underground, for the devs, they were like, man, we might as well nip it in the bud now, because we don't want to have the issue to where people would be saying that we, you know, they had a nice base underground and we ended up ruining it, and just a whole bunch of like lagging issues. They just didn't really want to deal with it. So they were like, you know what, let's just nip it in the bud and let's cut it off. The second con that I think with building underground is going to be the lack of mechanics when using torches, right? So if you light up everything, you don't need the torches to go underneath the ground. So therefore, the torches are going to kind of be obsolete. Now, we've already seen this change happen with the mint mallet. You remember back the mint mallet, you should be able to crack acorns with it. So no one ever really used the insect hammer. So the devs were like, look, we put this in a game for a reason. So therefore, we want you guys to actually use it. So that's why I feel like another con why they won't let us actually build underground. Now, the last con that I think, and this is just my opinion, is I really think that devs just don't want to deal with the problems that it could potentially have with people complaining that their base got ruined, or, you know, they built underground for whatever reason and it's no longer there. They had a whole bunch of men, or they farmed a whole bunch of stuff. They just really don't want to have those issues, and I can totally agree with that. I actually seen one comment that actually reflects what I'm talking about as far as the devs not wanting to deal with that issue. It says, I will miss underground building a lot, and now my underground base will never be done. Reason I never got done with my base was my gaming PC stopped working, needed to be repaired, and after coming back to the game, underground building was removed. So as you guys can see, people were already building underground, and then an update happened and then they lost that functionality, but now they have a whole bunch of stuff underneath the ground that they can't actually get rid of. All right, guys, so those were all the pros and cons and the reasoning behind why underground building is probably not a thing anymore. But you know, I'm curious. I want to know, did you guys ever build underground? And if you did, and if it's possible, would you bring it back? Let me know down in the comment section down below, and have a chance to have your comment read on my next video. So I do hope you guys found some value in today's show. If you did, please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you like grounded tips, tricks, and tutorials. So with that being said, guys, live your best one. And I'll see you in the next one.
Just another sunny